And it's 8 o'clock live on ETV. You're welcome to tonight's edition of Fact Sheet, also live on Facebook here. If it's not a fact, we don't discuss them. Tonight we are talking about a drive that I'm very much interested in because it has to do with you, it has to do with me, it has to do with our economy as well. If we are able to achieve it, it means we'll be getting somewhere when it comes to the effort at resuscitating our economy. There are countries which have used the subject matter for this evening as the basis for the growth of their economies. And we can reference Dubai and other East African countries that are doing fantastic when it comes to the subject matter which has to do with tourism in this country. For that matter, local tourism. We have all heard the effort by the minister to ensure that we all pay attention to local tourism. The 100 million Ghana cedis, His Excellency the President talked about, which the minister has also spoken about. The effort at sensitizing Ghanaians about the needfulness for us to travel to our local tourist sites to boost, the virtually crippled, tourist sites in the country. That effort is the focus of our conversation tonight. So as you watch us in your homes this evening, I asked a simple question. What has been that barrier which has stopped you from traveling to, let's say, the Volta region, from traveling to, let's say, the Northern region, to go and visit some of these tourist sites? There's the Kakum. There are several other tourist sites across the country. But do you even know about them? Have you made the effort to even go there? And what factors stopped you from doing so? Tonight, that's the focus of our conversation on Fact Sheet as we seek to understand the efforts going into the sensitization of Ghanaians and the move to ensure we all pay attention to local tourism. The revenue generation aspect that would touch on this evening on the show. My name is Samuel Ishen and I welcome you to the conversation. It's live on Facebook and Twitter as well. Yeah, our handle is ATV Ghana. And you can also follow us on our handle, Happy 989 FM, and share the links to the various groups and platforms you belong to so we all have a meaningful conversation. We'll take a short breather. When we come back, I'll introduce my guests to you tonight and then we start the conversation. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Fact Sheet live on ETV, also live on Facebook and Twitter as well. Follow the conversation on ETV Ghana. Share your thoughts, your views, and your comments with us tonight as we deliberate on the matter of local tourism, the drive, the push to ensure that we resuscitate that industry, the hotel industry, and all the tourist sites, and then the tour operators as well. Tonight we'll be speaking to them. And my guests are Mr. Kofi Atta Kakra Kusi. He is with the Corporate Affairs Ghana Tourism Authority, and Mrs. Alisa Asamoah Osei Asamoah. Okay, all right, President Tour Operators Union of Ghana, and they'll help me do justice to the issue. So you're welcome, and welcome to Fact Sheet Live on ETV.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, so do we go by the usual ladies first, or now after Beijing, everything goes?
Yes.
After Beijing, everything goes. Okay, all right. So let me start with you, Kaka,
Yes, sir.
and ask about the drive, the campaign, the push to ensure that we focus attention on local tourism or domestic tourism, as we say it. What's the motive?
Thank you. Sammy, I think I like your introduction. Your introduction captured almost everything that has to do with this drive and campaign. It is more or less a domestic and regional tourism campaign. Before I go into the nitty-gritties and details, may I kindly and respectfully give big greetings to my Chief Executive, Mr. Kofi Atta Kakra Kusi, and my Honorable Minister for Tourism, Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Awal Mohammed. In as much as I do that, you could see that I am cloud in this regalia. The reason being that we are celebrating our dear Muslims. So I give a big shout out also to the National Chief Imam and then the Vice President for upholding this national cohesion. We've been in this religious tolerance for long, which is a very wonderful experience for us as Ghanaians. In tourism, we have something we call religious tourism, which is something that we've had lots of people come even into our country and experience how we, the Christians and Muslims, live together in harmony with that national cohesion. So let me give a big shout out to my leadership and to our private sector for the work that we have done so far. Thank you, Sammy. This domestic tourism drive campaign, it's picked from our main campaign which started some years ago. We call it See Ghana, Eat Ghana, Wear Ghana, and Feel Ghana. In order for the Ghana Tourism Authority and the entire tourism industry to see a big push in terms of we realizing what the goals of that campaign was about, we have brought in this new campaign which we call Experience Ghana, Share Ghana. Experience Ghana, Share Ghana takes its source, like I mentioned, from the See Ghana thing. We are trying to ignite Ghanaians. We're trying to ignite their preference and their enthusiasm towards patronizing our domestic tourism, what we have as a country, what we eat, our clothes, what we wear, right? In terms of our tourist sites, all these things culminate into the fact that we are trying to have that push. And this time around, this push, what we're doing is that we are having it with our private sector. Our private sector, we call them the Ghana Tourism Federation. Our private sector encompasses close to about 32 trade associations. And in as much as we have the president of the Tour Operators Union here, we also have the Ghana Hotels Association. They have their president. We have the airline industry. We have the car rentals. We have the tour guides. So all these people come together and they help to push the drive for domestic and regional tourism. When we talk about the regional tourism, we are looking at making Ghana the MICE destination for Africa, especially West Africa, where we are able to capitalize on the after secretariat, Ghana hosting the after secretariat, to be able to bring in more of our MICE destinations. People should be able to realize that Ghana is a place where you can see, you can have more and more meetings, incentives, conferences, and events. You should be able to come in and then have, because we have a politically stable economy. The economy is very stable. So obviously we are looking at igniting Ghanaian experience and then also the regional experiences so that they can come in and then be able to have a good feel of our domestic setting. In as much as that be the case, what we are doing is that in terms of the MICE, we are virtually having, we're going to have a conference which is even upcoming next week, sometime next week. We are looking at connecting our domestic tourism with our regional tourism. And with that, Sammy, we are expected to have close to about 15 countries participating from our African countries.
But let's focus on the domestic tourism and relax a little bit on the regional tourism. So you did the See Ghana project. I think that was in 2019, 2020, thereabouts.
Yes, sir.
Now, can you give us an update as to how well that fared? Because I remember you launched a website.
Yes.
Now, you would have an assessment as to its performance per the clicks per the reports and feedbacks you got from, let's say, the hotel operators, the tour operators, and co. What was the success rate of that project?
Good. Sammy, we due to the success rate of it, that is how come we have been able to put together this new one which we call Experience Ghana, Share Ghana. The success rate, I could say that we would have the tour operators, the Ghana Hotels Association, alluding to the fact that yes, it was a big success, very big one, where we were able to, and you see what happened.
You know the challenge I had with
yes,
that?
Sammy.
The challenge I had with that was the hosting of a website, fully English website, with no local translation, because it's a domestic conversation we are having.
That's true.
And you're trying to push people to do local tourism. I saw pictures of the Zulezu place there and all that. I mean, I really paid attention.
Website.
Yes, I paid attention to that. But I was
please.
asking myself, who really are you targeting? Is it me? Is it some of the local folks in other places who may not necessarily know how to read? What was the drive to ensure that website was a top of mind awareness website for a lot of us?
I get you, Sammy. What we did was that we, after launching the website, it is sold to the various trade associations. For example, the Ghana Hotels Association, the Tour Operators Union of Ghana, the Tour Guides Association, the Car Rentals. All these people come together. And in as much as they come together to be able to sell the product, they permeate into the communities. And do not forget, anything that the Ghana Tourism Authority does, we involve our private sector. And once our private sector people are there, they go to the grounds. Right, they undertake tours, the car rentals are on the ground, and they explain to the people what the website is about, not in English language, but in their local languages. For example, when the tour operators undertake a tour to the northern region, right, you expect that the website is brought to fruition to them. They explain to them what the website, what the See Ghana, what the Wear Ghana, what the Feel Ghana is all about. So it goes down in the sense that is why we have the Bureau of Ghana Languages also as part of the agencies under the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. The minister has been very keen on ensuring that our languages get to the communities, right? In as much as we are doing that also, we are also looking at helping to bring in the minister has indicated, just as we are helping to push that local languages, we are also looking at bringing in also the French to be able to educate amongst ourselves also, so that when we have most of our regional people also come in, they can also. So it is something that it is ongoing, and we are on the board.
Let me speak to Alisa, because she would be my friend this evening, because there have been several times that I have thought about paying a visit to any of these tourist sites, and the first thing I think about is my fuel, and the fact that it's going to be very expensive for me to travel up and down, and so the tour operators come in, because they are the ones who can organize, let's say, 5-10 people and give us a lesser rate for us to travel comfortably and then go to wherever it is and come back. So what's been the story, local tourism, from your perspective?
Thank you very much, Sammy. First and foremost, I would like to thank you for giving me the platform on your show. And also the people that are watching, not forgetting to wish our Muslim brothers and sisters Eid al-Adha. Now, back to your question. TUGA, Tour Operators Union of Ghana, represent the body of professional and licensed tour operators in the country. And to give you a little background, before I get to your question, last year COVID came up. In fact, we all had COVID in China. Little did we know that it's going to be a global pandemic. We had a lockdown. When the lockdown was lifted, our businesses were in jeopardy, and the inbound tours. We're focusing much on the inbound tours and the outbound tours, even though the domestic tourism was in place. So when it came, we said, look, we have to do something. We can't let our businesses die. So we have to widen the domestic tourism. So the plan is now, if we want to widen the domestic tourism, what do? We have to go and see the sites ourselves, because some of us, for more than 10, 15 years, we haven't gone to the sites, and we are selling the product. So we have to visit the sites, talk to the communities, and our corporate people and Ghanaians, what we can do. The other question was the cost. So we realized that we, the tour operators, we segregate. In terms of when we get the all-inclusive tours, we give some to the hotel, the car rental, the tour guides. So we manage the hotels. Unless a client wants a custom made that I want to sleep at the hotel, then some of them deal with them there. But unless that, we segregate the tours, we distribute. So we spoke to the stakeholders. We met the president for the hoteliers, and in fact he helped us. He wrote a letter with the hotels that we wanted to deal with. And some of them have done so well. They've given us good rates. We spoke to our tour guides. They are our children, so we formed a committee. They've also given us our rate, and the car rental as well. So now the packages are affordable, because that is what Ghanaian wants.
But the interesting bit about the packages becoming affordable now is the fact that now that you say the packages are affordable, we also don't have the money because our businesses have been hard hit as well. So as much as now the packages are affordable, we also don't have the due.
But what we compare, unlike at first, you know, people will go to, I know Ghanaians, our corporate clients, they will go to, for example, Dubai and other countries because a visa, tickets, accommodation is affordable. So we've spoken to our people. Now it's affordable that at least average Ghanaian can travel with it.
Give us a sense. Give us a sense of a regular tour. If let's say in-house, about 5 people decide to embark on a tour to let's say the Volta region.
To the Volta region.
Yeah, give us a tour, a sense of, you know, the elements that would be.
Depends. Okay, is it a return journey or it's a 2 nights?
2 days. Let's say we go Friday and return on Sunday.
And Sunday, yeah. So with all inclusive, with what we are selling now, we have the accommodation, but you have the transportation, we have the sites, you have a guide, and to a full guided tour, it's between 200 and 250.
Okay.
For 3 days, 2 nights.
Between 200 and
250.
250
Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Yes.
Then I need to travel to the Volta region.
Because we have even given our flyers to, so we have come up with a standard rate based on what the hotels have given us. So I believe average Ghanaian can
let's talk about, because to be honest, not a lot of people know about the existence of the tour, operators association. So then, what do you really do? Because you've been talking about, distribution of, clients if they do come to the various groups. What really do you do?
Apart from that, for our members, what in fact the union, we formed the union to help our members.
Okay.
What happens is we advocate. For example, I told you that we are going for a farm trip. So what we do is when we go for the farm trip, we not only going for the farm trip as well, but we go and observe. If there are issues at the background, we come back with the reports and we give it to GTA. We've done Ashanti region last year. We came out with report what we observed and what we saw. Then we have done Central region as well. When we came back, we have also written our reports to GTA, and they are working at it.
So now, it's interesting you made the point that for 10, 15 years as store operators, you have not visited the sites yourself.
So yeah, really, some of
How
us.
is that possible when you're selling a product and you haven't been there?
Yes, it's so, in fact, COVID has helped us. And it's amazing when businesses are going and we are going for exhibitions, we are doing other things. At times you forget, you leave everything with your staff or the manager. But we, the owners, especially we, the owners, some of us for 10 years, we haven't visited some of the sites.
Are the sites attractive enough? The places you went to, were they attractive
but there
enough?
Are other issues that has to be tackled. And we write reports. We have given them to
So
GTN.
here is the case. There are issues at some of the sites you went to. And the Ghana Tourism Authority is busily pushing the agenda of Ghanaians visiting some of these sites that, per your reports that you'll be filing, some of them really are not in good condition.
No, not really are not in good shape. I'll give an example.
Okay.
For example, we went to Central region. Central region was amazing. But when we went to the Lake Bosomtwe, we realized that the place is not attractive, in terms of security. And even one of the embassies, they are working with GT on that. So not necessarily the whole, but everything is in good shape. We went to Central region. We realized that our tours, we were not including Anamabo. We stopped over. You go to Kakum, you go to the castles. When we stopped over Anamabo, we saw what Anamabo can offer. So we have written to them few things that has to be incorporated. Our members now are incorporating the Anamabu in our tours because unlike at first, we're not doing that. So these are some of them, not necessarily that it's a big thing. Normally, the roads, some of the roads are in bad shape, and our minister is also going on a farm trip. So they are working at it. But that's where the road minister has also come in. So these are some of the things, but not we are looking at on the whole, the tour itself. It's amazing.
All right, let me come to Kakra and then let's talk about the push and some of the things they have witnessed as to the first-hand information they have. Now, I'm trying to understand the state of affairs of most of these tourist sites that you are promoting. Now, they are an integral part of your activities, and they are saying that, and it's a huge statement. They have gone on a tour of the Central region and realized that look, Anamabu is a key tourist site that they had not paid attention to. which would tell me that your website may not be highlighting much on Anomabo. If it was highlighting on Anomabo, they would know. And their tour plan would have captured Anomabo as one of the stopovers they would need to make. Not so.
Should I come in before? Okay.
All right,
No, I was going to say that that is the reason why we are going for a farm trip, to review our tour packages.
That's for you.
That's for us.
I understand from the point of view of the tour operators, because you already admitted that, look, it's been years since you as operators yourselves, you've gone. But for the Ghana Tourism Authority, they have been embarking on an agenda since last year. And so it's a guide for me as a local citizen who wants to embark on a trip to know these are the probable areas. If I'm going to the central region, that I should make stopovers. And so I'm asking the question again, as I said earlier, does your website necessarily capture virtually the important places and routes to, let's say, a major tourist site?
Good. Sammy, this is a very good question, and it's the reason why we are digitizing our operations. You've realized that that was also one of the points where we brought about the app, the Visit Ghana app. But what we have done in the past is that our website is very interactive, just as people would allude to. Our tour operators, our private sector, they all allude to the fact that our website is very attractive and interactive. But obviously, just as it is, what we are doing is that from time to time, we try to put in some changes that needs to be in there. And that is why we have brought about the Visit Ghana app. The Visit Ghana app is more of a digitizing our operations, like I mentioned. So these are some of the things that the Ghana Tourism Authority is doing. For example, the president of the Tour Operators Union indicated that Anomabo, they are now incorporating Anomabo. We have most of these, most of the tourist sites on our website. But you see, it's the prerogative of the tour operator to decide where he or she wants to take the tour package to.
But it's also the responsibility, not prerogative.
Yes.
The responsibility of the Ghana Tourism Authority to make that information available
Exactly.
to me.
Exactly.
Especially when you're promoting local tourist sites.
Very well.
So that if it's a tour, we are going on the tour, and we are about 10 people in a bus, and we are going to the central region, we would expect that in drawing our plan for the central region, would factor in Anomabo.
Good. You've asked a very good question also. That is why I indicated, Sammy, we have the Visit Ghana app. It is part of the single window destination project that will launch just this Monday by the Honorable Minister. What the app seeks to achieve is that we are bringing all tourism operators, all tourism industry operators on board. For example, the tourist sites and attractions. All tourist sites and attractions are supposed to be on board the Visit Ghana app. The Visit Ghana app, if our listeners are listening to me, they can even download on Play Store as we are talking, Google Play Store, and then also on iOS, they can also download from there. You just type Visit Ghana app, and then it pops up, and then you download it. You're going to have all accommodation facilities on it. For now, we are still updating the app. So we have the accommodation, we have the tour operators in there, we have the car rentals, we have the tourist side, the travel trade. Then we have the travel trade, we have the tour sites and tour sites and attractions.
Let me butt in a little, and though it's an English program, let me speak to you for just a second.
Yes, yeah.
Into when you are application be always download. Because now your focus is on the guy who is a bit educated, and not the guy who may have the money to go on these trips, but really doesn't know much when it comes to these, tech savvy stuff you're talking about. This app.
So
it looks like you have a target. So people you seek to capture.
It's a two-way. It's a two-way thing, right? We are trying to use the digitized system, and then also we are using the tour operators in our private sector. They virtually deal personally and directly with the communities. Okay, so they are undertaking that communal interactions more often.
My challenge with that, is this. Alisa already makes us understand that they are embarking on their own project to, let's say, familiarize themselves with current situations as we speak. Now, you say that you have launched a website last year. Now, the website is supposed to highlight the places we are supposed to visit. Now, they embark on their own tour to ascertain certain things for themselves. They are supposed to be the ones communicating your information in the local dialect to the supposed or possible, clients
Yes.
of these products and services that you're offering.
Yes.
Do they really understand what you're doing enough to even tell the story?
In respect of the tour operators in the
yes.
private
I think
sector.
exactly. I think the campaign that we are doing is not only in English. We've done 3.
Yes.
Next week I think there is a Ghana.
There's a gap.
So we are educating people in our local language.
Okay.
I did 3. I've done 3 twice.
Okay.
And I've done English. And next week, our colleague and they're also going to do Ghana.
So whilst we're having the conversation, texters sent me text messages. I mean, for evidence sake. And one of them says, Sammy, okay, let me just quote verbatim. It says, there's nothing like 250 Ghana cedis plus accommodation in Votal. Then the person sends me a screenshot of the rates you will get if you are going to the Votal region. I know you were quoting if we are going as a group.
As a group, I'll show
Yes.
you. I have my flyers. We have the rates
Yes.
on it. So if it's a
I
group,
know,
yeah.
but I think that the
Some
person
are
is
even
quoting. The person is quoting if I am going as an individual.
Okay.
And the rates that are here, let's say $75, $150, $200 and co. I mean, I'm sick of
Sammy, that is why you have to let an agent handle you.
your travel.
That's right.
Travel to so that you don't go to the hustle and the bustle. We have negotiated rates. If you go as an individual, I remember the NASPA people last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They had a big time. They went to one of the.
Oh, so you can negotiate our trips for
Of
us.
course, they called us. That's what we do. They called us. They were there. The rates were so high. They called. We did a second. My general secretary spoke to them, and they reduced it for. They gave them a good rate.
Absolutely.
So if you go as an individual, you will not deal with us. We are the professionals.
The issue is, and I'm being very honest about it.
Yeah.
And this is the blunt truth. Me, I say it as it is. It's not that because I'm a morning show host, I know it all. I don't know it all. Quite honestly, I don't know the key role that the Tour Operators Association plays when it comes to the planning of my trip to, let's say, Volta region, to the Central region, or anywhere that I want to go if it's my personal trip. Until tonight, I didn't know that he had a role to play if I'm arranging my own trip.
Wow.
Yes, I didn't know. I'm being very honest
That's why we
about
are
it.
here. Yes.
So it means that
negotiate for our members.
it means
Yeah,
that
who
as
sells.
much as the Ghana Tourism Authority is pushing the agenda, you would have to also hold the hand of the how do you call it?
That's
the
what we
tour
are doing.
operators.
Yes. Sammy,
That's why
you know,
that is
project
why-
them the more.
That is what they are doing.
That is what the ministry and the GTA.
That's what they are doing.
When we had the stakeholders engagement,
Okay.
that was the focus. The focus was to involve the tour operator. So in all our media campaigns, as
Yeah,
Alisa had
of
indicated,
course.
the tree, the GA, all that we've been doing, we have been doing it with the Tour Operators Union of Ghana.
Okay.
So because they have the product, right? They have the product to sell out there. So obviously, what is happening is that we cannot move without not engaging them. So they are with us. We've signed, as a matter of fact, we've signed an MOU with them in terms of our city tour. You know, we have this anti-day bars which has been unleashed, and we have the Bone Shaker. All these we have signed an MOU with the Tour Operators Union.
So are
of
they
Ghana.
working? The Bone Shakers and Co. Are
Yes.
they working?
Yes, we are still working.
Because of the paperwork we have finished. So
Yes,
it will
start
soon.
very soon.
Okay.
All that. So we have routines for these anti-day bars and the Bone Shaker, and then we are going to replicate the same thing in the various regions, right, and communities. So just as you are indicating, we have various structures put in place in order to ensure that this domestic tourism drive goes down well to the Ghanaian people.
If we had the chance, we don't have time. So, but if we had time and we were to activate the phone lines, you would get to understand that one of the major concerns for people that deters people from traveling in the first place, one has to do with transport, the other has to do with hotel, cost of hotel.
That's where the tour operator is
Yes.
important.
if I am sitting here and I'm being very honest about it, if I don't know or if I didn't know about the role you could play as tour operators in my planning of my itinerary for a trip, it would mean that I'm going to speak to a hotel that is going to charge me $250.
Exactly.
Point is, what is the GTA doing? Okay, if I don't go through the tourism, the tour operators, and I'm dealing with them directly. After all, we have all been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
They recommend you to us. If you speak to GTA, they recommend you.
Good. So what we have done also is that we have the support of the tour operators and the various trade associations, like you mentioned, the Ghana Hotels Association and the others. So those you know, I don't know if you are aware of the grant that is being given out. You see, because of the COVID, we had issues with COVID and all that, the ravages of COVID, all that it came about with. What we have done is that we have this Ghana Tourism Development Grant that is project, which is giving grants, and it's under the Ghana Enterprises Agency. So you apply to the Ghana Enterprises Agency to have to be able to assess the
I spoke to the president of the Hoteliers Association, and he said that they are not really, I'm paraphrasing, they are not looking out for much when it comes to that. What they are asking whether the government to do has to do with the levies and charges the government has been imposing on them, regardless of their condition they are in. Because they say that it's not as if they are going to get any huge sums of money from this fund you are talking about to revive their businesses. And so rather than government talking about a grant, government should rather ease the burden on them in terms of the levies and charges that they are still paying.
Good. Sammy, as a matter of fact, I think the president of the Ghana Hotels Association could also could have added also that we have been in talks with the Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism. And these levies have always been on the table. Anytime the committee meets, the levies have been on the table, and it's always
but
under scrutiny.
COVID-19 has been here for more than a year.
Yes, but obviously, you know, it's through the right Parliamentary Select Committee. So obviously, they will take time to be able to look at some of these things. And you know that some of these policies and programs that comes up, they are picked also from what our private sector people bring up. You see, now why do you think we will bring up the grant? We will bring it up because of what our people have experienced, what they have gone through. It is one after the other. Once we have been able to do this grant, obviously we will come to the levies and then see how best to be able to put it in shape, and then so that they are not so much affected.
If I remember, and if I can paraphrase again, I remember him saying for the 3-star, 5-star hotel, this grant you speak about, it's a drop in the ocean. It's for the guest houses and the smaller hotels that you can say that this money which you are giving them can help them in running their business. You see, you mentioned even the cost of electricity alone, these grants that you speak about, they can't suffice. And so if you really, and these are honest conversations we are having tonight, if you really want to boost local tourism, and I'm using myself as an example, I really love, you know, being out there. But my major headache has to do with the cost of hotel. And so based upon that, I don't travel. Not that I come back fuel to travel, but just the cost of hotel alone deters me from traveling. So yes, you may be making all the noise about local tourism and all of that, but we, the people who have the desire to really travel, are being deterred by the cost of hotel. So indeed, then virtually it comes to a cost 90 job. I know Alisa will come in and say, okay, so here is the case, you come in, right? But one, it's not all of us who would want to travel in the company of others in a bus. Number two, and it's not all of us who even knew about the existence, or we knew about your existence, but the role you can play in arranging our personal trips for us, I didn't know. So can you imagine a number of people who would not even know this?
Yeah, but you know, I know all that you are saying. So what we are also campaigning among ourselves is, look, COVID is here with us. Instead of waiting for COVID to settle for the inbound and the outbound well in quotes, we can widen and deepen the domestic tourism. So we are looking at breaking even, okay? If at first you are charging, for example, let me use tour guides. If a tour guide is charging $50 or let's say $80 a day for a group, now because we are campaigning, we are promoting domestic tourism for an average Ghanaian, for Ghanaians to travel, because it's the stress. At least they can leave Friday, come back on Sunday, get revived and start work, and even the daily trip. What can we help them? So they have come down. Instead of getting profit, your profit margin going up, you can break even by charging $40 instead of the $80, so that we can break even. We will ration in our offices. If we put certain gadgets on, we would have to minimize it so that we can just break even, get money to pay our staff, maintain our staff, then pay off our overheads. So we are looking at we are breaking even, not getting maximum profit. So that's what we are doing now.
So I come back to two questions that I was asking. One has to do with the state of affairs of most of these tourist sites that you want us to go and visit.
Yes. Sammy, you see, just as Alisa indicated, anytime they undertake trips, right, especially the Tour Operators Union of Ghana, when they undertake trips, they bring us reports. We have official reports from them on the state of some of these tourist sites and attractions. And in as much as it is, we have other industry players also who bring us reports. And you see, all these culminated into the fact that we have this new LI. The LI was passed in 2019. Immediately it was passed in 2019, LI 2393. We had COVID setting. But in as much as though COVID has set in, we have been working strongly with this LI, and some of the tourist sites have been renovated and rehabilitated, and they are functioning very well. So the LI 2393 tourist sites and attractions regulations is what we are using to push and be able to make sure that we maintain the tourist sites and attractions. It gives the Ghana Tourism Authority that power to be able to see to the smooth operation of these tourist sites. If, for example, Sammy, you go with your family to, let's say, Mole National Park, and there is something that is not going well, you have the support of the Ghana Tourism Authority to produce us a report, and then also to our regional offices, where they would also forward it to us, and then we work on it. Because you see, some of the tourist sites are also in the purview of the communities.
Okay.
You get it? Good. And you have some of the chiefs. So what the Ghana Tourism Authority does is that we collaborate with the communities, the chiefs, the traditional authorities. All these people, we come together, and then we ensure that the tourist site and attraction is put into good shape. What the LI has come to do is a very good one. For example, when we had the Kakum issue, it was the LI. The LI quickly came into force, and we were able to make sure that the place was kept very well. Now, when you get to Kakum, you have a very wonderful experience there.
All right.
You get it?
Let me just go for a short breather, and then when we come back, I know you have questions you'd like to ask us. You can use our Facebook wall to send us your questions, your comments, your thoughts as well. Send it to us. Our handle is ATV Ghana. And I'll take the time to go through some of these questions and post them to Kakra and Alisa, and they would answer them for us. But I know a lot of you are enjoying the conversation. My attention has been brought to the fact that it's also live on NASIM 95.9 and 100.1 in Bolgatanga and Tamale. So my folks in Tamale and Bolgatanga, if you do have any questions, I'd like to hear from you tonight. We'll be right back. Right, so you're welcome back. We are live on Fact Sheet. I have seen several comments. Those of you who are sending it to my personal, messenger, asking your questions, and the focus of the conversation has to do with hotel, and two bad roads. They say that our roads are bad. They say that, and I read a few of them, and I told you that I've had a couple of. There are so-called five-star hotels who have been so badly ravaged by COVID-19, still maintaining their very high rates, and yet their rooms are in very poor condition. I'm talking from experience. What happens? What do you do as tourism authority to ensure we get what we pay for from these hotels? So two issues, roads, and then the quality of service we get from these hotels. Even we are going to pay their 600, 700 a night, which they want us to pay, even in COVID-19.
But okay, so I would deal with the hotel. You mentioned five-star hotel.
Yes, so-called five-star hotels.
Oh, but yeah, we have five-star hotel, for example, Labadi Beach Hotel. We have signed a contract with them, Tuga, for our members.
Right.
Okay.
That's why I initially said when you go through with us, and they are giving us a rate of 169 for single, 199 for double.
Okay.
And the place is kept well. When you go to Labadi Beach Hotel, they are doing very well. So I'm surprised to hear that.
This okay, I can't mention names.
Okay.
I can't mention it, but this is a very popular one. Very popular one. Yeah. Very popular one.
You see, just as Alisa...
And I understood because I am thinking that the COVID-19 is really hit them hard. But I'm expecting that even as much as they have been hit hard, that would be the more reason for them to lower their rate a little bit, for more people to come in so they can,
Nobody has done that for us.
Yes, but you realize they are maintaining, but the quality of service you get is not what you should get. Yes.
Is it,
so address the roads first for me.
Yes.
If I'm going to any of these tour sites,
yes, please.
A lot of our roads that lead to some of these places are terrible. How would I be encouraged to travel?
Good. Sammy, you've asked a very good question. You see, my hard-working chief executive, Mr. Kofi Atta Kakra Kusi, we had to push to an extent that when we were having the launch of the domestic tourism drive, we actually had it at Labadi Beach Hotel. What tourism is about is that it is a multi-sectoral sector. It's being a multi-sectoral sector. What we did was to bring the Minister for Finance, right? The Minister for Roads. The Minister for Finance was represented by the Deputy Minister, John Kuma, Dr. John Kuma. He was there physically. And then also we had the Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amakwante. They were all there. The reason why the Honorable Minister and my chief executive had to bring them on board for the launch was due to the fact that they are a key aspect of our tourism, especially when it comes to our tourist sites and attractions, and also funded. You see, we need money to be able to get the roads on board. So the roads ministry and the finance ministry are very key to us. In that case, what we have done so far is that per the government year of roads, some roads have been earmarked for our tourist sites and attractions.
Kakra.
Yes, sir.
You are talking about year of roads.
Yeah.
In this today.
Yeah.
Are you not putting the cart before the horse as GTA? You are telling me, travel to Volta region, travel to Central region. Don't mind a bad road. Go for sightseeing. Would I be driven, motivated to go when I experience those bad roads and tomorrow go again?
Sammy, you see, it is an effort that we are undertaken, right? It doesn't come all of a sudden. So this effort has been initiated with the Minister for Roads, right? The Minister for Finance. They are all aware. So some of our tourist sites and attractions have the roads earmarked.
Earmarked?
Yes, they have been earmarked. Of course, Sammy, it would not happen. It wouldn't happen all of a sudden, but it would take a little bit of. In as much as we have started the domestic tourism,
I would have been okay if you had said, "Oh, we have done 1 kilometer of road to this place, and 1 kilometer to this place, and 5 kilometers to this place, and so the rest they have been earmarked."
Sammy,
then I will have the assurance, because you see, the government's own year of roads materialization is another matter for discussion. So if the GTA is, banging its hopes on earmarked roads, then somebody would say, it will happen. Alisa,
but I think
you wanted to make a point.
No, the point I was going to make, Kakum, I was using Kakum as an example.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, Kakum Road was very bad.
Very well.
And we had a project in UCC.
Okay.
We went there ourselves and we brought a report. But in fact, kudos to our chief executive.
Exactly.
And his able team. It's been worked on. And the road is fantastic. It's
very fantastic now.
3 weeks ago,
now.
I went through that road.
Yes.
So that was an example that I was going to give.
And then also, Sammy, we also have the Ojo Anoman paragliding site. That road has also been put in very good shape. We have various roads and various tourist sites that have also been put into good shape. Okay. So we are not resting on our oars and saying that, oh, we are waiting for government. No, we are not waiting for government, but we are in talks with government. What I said in terms of the year of roads is this. We are looking at an allocation of the year of roads also to our tourist sites and attractions.
All right, so my time is far exhausted.
Yes, my brother.
So let's take our wrap-up comments, and I'll come to you, Alisa, for your comments and assurance, maybe for our folks who may be interested in traveling but may not know much. You talked about a package which you're running. If we are looking for you, how do we find you?
Thank
so
you
you plan
much.
our trips for us.
Okay. Our website, I'll put our website address there. Our website address is www.touroperatorgh.org. Okay, and we are on Facebook, Tour Operators Union of Ghana. Our Instagram is Tougha2,
okay.
Tougha 2.
Okay.
Then our contact number is 020 811 9748. And we can assure them of an affordable package.
Okay.
So they should reach us.
Kaka, Mamenjo last words in Sordo.
Sammy.
Also, before I conclude, it's to do with a great initiative by the our Honorable Minister Awal, and our CEO, Mr. Kofi Atta and his able team.
Right.
Tour Operators Union are so grateful to them for this great initiative because it has made our work very easier. And this campaign too. And I'm encouraging my Tougha members to also sign up on this Visit Ghana app. They should upload their videos, their flyers, all their products.
All right.
So that it's a one-stop shop for us.
Final words, under a minute, I'll be grateful.
Sammy, we are very grateful to ETV for the support you've been giving to the Ghana Tourism Authority and our ministry. My final words is that, like Alisa mentioned, we are looking at people signing up onto the Visit Ghana app. Like we have it, you go on Play Store, Google Play Store, and iOS. Also, you have Visit Ghana. You should be able to log on, and then if you have a hotel, if you have a travel and tour agency, please sign on to it. And then that's a single window. That is where it's more or less a one-stop shop where you can get almost everything that has to do with the tourism industry. Very important to us. And then with the domestic tourism drive, Experience Ghana, Share Ghana, we are hoping that Ghanaians will be able to patronize our made in Ghana products and everything that has to do with our dear nation.
When was the app launched?
The app was launched on Monday, just Monday, 12 July.
Oh, then it's doing fantastic.
Yes.
Because I've seen 1,000 downloads. So
very well.
That's fantastic.
Very well, my brother.
Yeah,
very well.
That's great.
Very well.
To be honest.
Very well.
That's great.
Very well.
Anyway, so Kakra, I am grateful you joined me tonight. I wish we had more time to, deliberate further on these issues. You should see the comments that are coming through. But my guests tonight on Fact Sheet have been Mr. Kofi Atta Kakra Kusi, who is with the Corporate Affairs Ghana Tourism Authority, Mrs. Eliza Osei Asamoah, President Tour Operators Union of Ghana. Tougha, I nearly thought she was mentioning my name because they always call me Sammy Tougha. Anyway,
okay.
So that's been the conversation for tonight, live on ETV on NISIM 95.9 in Bolga and 100.1 in Tamale. Tomorrow there will be a repeat broadcast, God willing, on ETV at 10 a.m. I would want you to make a date. It's been live on Facebook as well. My name is Samuel Shem, and let's meet on the Happy Morning Show, 5:30 tomorrow. I'll be here with my team, and then we'll be brooding on the issues concerning Ghana. You can't afford to miss. Good evening.